conscious awareness and wisdom. Before we can walk and talk to our ancestors, before we can talk and think about those who have harmed us, we need to learn how to walk for ourselves. The Buddha taught that consciousness is always continuing, like a stream of water. And we have the image of us floating in a stream like a lotus on a pond. But there are 4 kinds of consciousness: mind consciousness, sense consciousness, store consciousness, and manas. When we talk mindfully, all 4 layers of consciousness are operating. They are all activated. Before we can be of benefit to others, we need to learn how to be of benefit to ourselves. As I said, the Buddha taught that our consciousness is always continuing. It's like a stream of water. Our consciousness runs from one lifetime to the next, and on again, in the cyclic rotation of the samsara. It is a part of our original nature, our self-nature, our Buddha nature. Mind consciousness is a consciousness of thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Our sense consciousness is consciousness of the 5 physical senses: sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell. This is the awareness of these feelings. Store consciousness is our memories, the storehouse of all the things that have come and gone through our existence in this life cycle, and maybe even previous. Mana is attention. Attention is an energy that has the function of reading and orientating our minds towards an object. So therefore, attention is sort of like the rudder on the boat. If there is no rudder, then the boat does not know where to go. So the mind is invited to go in the direction of an object. When we practice mindful walking, mindful sitting, any mindful activity, all 4 layers of our consciousness are operating. Having thoughts, feelings, and emotions, these are the sensation of the world around us, our memories of past experiences, and our attention. Our attention to what we are doing, to be aware and awake to the present moment. Life is not about the end result or getting to a certain place. Life is the path, the journey, the day-to-day existence of our existence. And the root of our unhappiness is our falsely held view that we possess any true or enduring substantial reality. But, says Buddhism, there's a way out. There's a way out of this dilemma. It lies in recognizing our true identity, the one that lies beneath our falsely held concepts of an enduring personal self. So, our mind is essentially pure and luminous. Afflictive thoughts and emotions that pollute our everyday surface selves cannot touch this essential mind. Being advantageous, these pollutants are removable. Buddhist practice is aimed primarily at cultivating the antidotes to these afflictive thoughts and emotions, with the goal of eradicating the root of our unenlightened existence, to bring about liberation from suffering and discontentment in life. It's almost like life is living in the matrix. We do all the things that our education, our natural way of thought encourages us. We do our best to conform to our society. We accept the basically held concept of birth, growth, education, work, procreation, more work, sickness, old age, and death. But in the back of our minds, we keep thinking, is this all there is? This concept is attached to wanting, desire, grasping, and lusting. So we accumulate lots of things, so that at the end of our lives we feel that we have had a successful life. It is this wanting, the desire, the grasping, the lusting, and the attachments to concept as the cause of our suffering, our discontentment. We keep thinking there should be more to life than this. However, we feel this thought is just a fantasy, as you get caught up in the drudgery of day-to-day work, existence, and living. When our karma is ripe, the opportunity will arise for our true self to begin to arise and bear fruit. And we'll begin to see the world behind the matrix. Given time, we'll begin to question and investigate which world is real and which one is the dream. Zen Buddhism is a method of knowing the mind through its own emptiness. Zen Buddhists believe that when we think about something conceptually, we cut ourselves off from its true essence. From a Zen point of view, it is only by going beyond our limited concept of something and experiencing its suchness or essential nature we really come to know that thing. Or experience or have understanding of what it truly is. We tend to move through the days of our lives with blinkers on our mind and on our eyes. It is the nature of our times that to be what we consider as successful, we must be rigidly focused on the prize. We must live in the era of great materialism. We tend to look to substitute emotional contentment with physical comfort, with pretty things that give us a sense of attainment. My favourite verse from the Quran is that Muhammad said that possessions are but goods and chattels of this life. In other words, they are simply accessories to our lives and life itself. Now look, there is absolutely nothing wrong with having all the things that give us physical comfort in this life. It is the attachment to them that is the problem. we must realize that the emotional uplifting moments of the purchase is impermanent. Our emotional high rises as we obtain the object of our desire. It abides for a period of time, and that feeling of elation cessates. Everything is impermanent. Everything comes, stays, goes, arises, stays, cessates. Then we go looking for a new object to attain, which puts us in the cycle of emotional highs and lows. When we come to understand the suchness of our minds, the essential nature of our true self, then the craving, the wanting, and the lustment of attainment will melt into the comfortable enjoyment of our emotions and life. The wisdom of the Buddha lies within us all. Each one of us must find this wisdom on our own. Teachers and books can help us learn, but no one can ever make our minds grow for us. No one else can ever show us our own true selves. We can discover who we really are. Only we can do that. If we are receptive to the world around us and sensitive to the conclusions of our own introspection, then the great teachings of the Buddha will lead us unfailingly towards our ultimate liberation, to our emotional contentment and to our happiness, and to the cessation and the end of our suffering, our discontentment and dissatisfaction.